Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Advanced Tachyon Technologies Ultra Plates. A bit of a story behind this. These plates that I bought, so I got two of them. I bought 13 years ago maybe, back when I was living in New Zealand. Just when I was starting to explore tachyon products and recommend them to other people and use them in my healing rooms when I was treating people in person. So I did a lot of experimenting with things back then. And basically I thought I'd lost these. I went on a trip to a retreat up in the mountains in the north part of the South Island in New Zealand, and I thought I'd lost them at this retreat. And literally only a couple of weeks ago, when I was looking for my backpack to travel to Sweden, which is where I'm currently doing this video from, I put my hand down one of these weird inserts or sleeves in the back of the backpack where you shouldn't be able to put your hand, and there they were. I found them after 13-ish years, 12, 14, I can't remember exactly, but I found these. So they've been sitting in my mother's attic for roughly 13 years, just sitting there in the backpack amongst all the dead flies and the all of the other stuff that my mum's got stored up in the attic. Yeah, and what brilliant timing, to do a long-term review, because like I said on my written blog on my website, all those years ago, I said that tachyon products shouldn't need to be cleansed. They shouldn't need to be recharged if it's truly tachyonized, according to what the people who make tachyon products say. You should never have to cleanse them again. They should always have a nice energy to them. You would have to actively do something to untachyonize them for the energy to not be the same. So sure enough, when I got these out, I felt the energy, was still very potent, despite just sitting there in the dark in the bag, like I say, amongst all the dead flies and the damp up in the attic there. And my wife held them as well and said, "Oh my God, my hands were buzzing with energy." So in terms of longevity and whether they are truly tachyonized, based on what I assume is true about tachyonized products, these truly are tachyonized products. They're still functioning really well. They've got a lovely energy about them after all those years just sitting in the attic, left alone all that time in not a very nice environment. My mother's attic, the roof is falling apart, I'm afraid, so there's a lot of mold and damp and different things going on up there. And yeah, still working after all that time. So back in the day, I used these in many ways. You can put them underneath your food before you eat it to charge your food, cleanse your food. You can put it underneath your pillow at night, so that particular area, by the way, at the top of the back of the neck, lower part of the back of the head, very common place for stagnant energy to build up. So much so that, say if I was to use this pillow most days and sit in the same position using that same pillow, that pillow would become, a lower energy if I didn't cleanse it. So it's a good place to put products like this behind the back of your head, back of your neck. So that's quite a common thing I used to do. Obviously, if there was any part of the body that I wanted to heal, then I would just place this on that area. Or I could even sandwich. So if I wanted to work on my heart and my chest, I could put one at the front and one at the back. So again, I could do that whilst I lay down, or I could do that for my clients as they came in, just to energize that part of the body. Lots and lots of different uses. I quite like, because I wear backpacks a lot and I go outdoors with backpacks, And of course, in this modern world, sometimes you do have to take your mobile phone because there's a lot of things that don't work or things you can't do without a mobile phone. So it's quite nice having one of these against the back part of my backpack. So it's between me and my phone. So I'm not feeling the effects of my phone so much. They're also quite nice, I find, for putting, I mean, you can't see it from the camera here, but putting it on my laptop so that my hand rests on the plate rather than on the laptop. A lot of laptops I find do have a nasty energy coming out of them into the hands if you spend a long time with your hands on the laptop, so it's quite nice to put them there. Yeah, lots and lots of uses for these. You can also even put these in your electricity box in your home, you know, where all the fuses and all the trip switches are. You can put this against the main switch so that your electricity is more harmonized. Yeah, you can put it underneath plants that you want to help grow more healthily. Lots and lots and lots of uses. These plates, when I bought them all those years ago, these were like one of the best products that this company made. So the company is Advanced Tachyon Technologies. And this was called the Ultra plate because it was better than the previous plate that they had made. And this one basically emits energy both sides, which is quite nice. So yeah, after all that time of not having them and then finding them again, obviously I decided, yeah, why not bring them to Sweden? So we've been using them whilst we've been here. I did actually have some food poisoning. It's very, very rare that I'm ill, extremely rare, but I went to a barbecue and ate some chicken that wasn't cooked properly, unfortunately. Silly me. So I actually had some food poisoning before the trip. And yeah, placing one of these plates on my intestines and one behind my back was really, really nice to calm things down. I could feel the energy penetrating my body and calming things down without me having to actively do any of my healing techniques. So that was really nice. And also my wife has said that, you know, because she has one behind her pillow at night as well to sleep, she says that she's been having some good night's sleep, which is really good. So yeah, very, very pleased to have these back in use, and very pleased to see that the energy is still vibrant like they claimed it would be all those years ago when I read about the product. So they seem to be a truthful company in that respect. These are very different, by the way, to the other plates I reviewed. So I did review the Orgon Effects plates, which is a very different product. That plate is all about mitigating EMFs. And yes, it does sort of help cleanse things, but in a different way. It's very neutral, you could say, the other product. Whereas these really do, you can really feel the energy being emitted from these. It's a different sort of energy. This is tachyon energy, whereas those other plates were more resin that has a certain frequency in it to mitigate things. So it doesn't feel quite so, it doesn't feel like it's emitting like in a powerful way. That's probably the best way I can explain it. Whereas these, you can feel it's sort of more forceful, I guess, more pushing good energy towards you. Yeah, very pleased with these. I will continue to use some of these. A nice thing if you do buy more than one, by the way, as well as sandwiching a body part, like I was talking about earlier. You can also put one above your crown chakra and one below your feet, and you can have a nice sort of harmonizing session that way. Quite a nice thing to do if you are a healer and you are working with people. That's quite a nice way to place them for a general healing. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else to say about these other than that I'm pleased that they're still working and that they are working exactly as they described all those years ago, that you don't need to cleanse them. So I'm not sure how much I paid for these. I would suspect that the price is more because everything costs more at the moment. So I'm not sure how much I paid for them, but I think these are the 6-inch discs, so they're the bigger size. and I think they're about $75 each, something like that. I will put a link to the website that sells these. I'm not affiliated with them, by the way, just impressed with the product and thought that people might like to know about these. If you've got any questions about these, please do leave in the comments below, or of course you can email about them. And yeah, I will see you in another video.